We have now completed discourse analysis and discourse dynamism analysis. We know what a political actor says in a single text and how their discourse shifts over time. But DPA does not stop there. The third and final analytical stage is political analysis, PA. This is where the discursive findings are connected to the non-discursive world, to structural conditions, material capacities, historical trajectories, and the political logic that drives what actors say and when. Most approaches to political discourse begin and end within the discursive sphere. They analyze language, identify patterns, and disclose case-specific power asymmetries in discourse. DPA treats that as insufficient. Discursive practices are not autonomous. They are shaped by structural conditions, by who holds power, who controls resources, what alliances exist, and what pressures are currently in play. In that sense, they are the part and parcel of the wider economic and political struggles. PA is the stage that connects what we found in discourse to those conditions. Without it, we have description. With it, we have explanation. Political analysis in DPA has 4 components. The first is providing context, the socio-political, historical, and situational background in which the discourse was produced. The second is determining the main tenets of political positioning, the actor's ideological, economic, and political orientation as it emerges from consistent discursive patterns. The third is explaining the reasons for discrepancies, why the actor shifted, what structural conditions forced the change. The fourth is determining the character of change, whether the shift is temporary, tactical, or long-term. Context in DPA operates at 3 levels. The macro level covers socio-political variables, class relations, economic conditions, geopolitical pressures, regional dynamics. The meso level covers the history of the actor or institution, past alliances, previous conflicts, path dependencies that constrain current options. The micro level covers the specific context of the situation, the immediate circumstances under which a particular statement was produced. Together, these 3 levels explain why certain discursive choices were available to the actor and others were not. From the patterns identified in DA and DDA, the analyst derives the actor's political positioning, their consistent ideological and policy orientation. This is done by asking a set of diagnostic questions. What paradigm drives this actor's approach to economic problems? How do they see their own country in relation to others? How do they distribute and impose political power? The answers reveal whether the actor's discourse reflects a liberal, nationalist, authoritarian, or other coherent political project, and how that project is being advanced. When an actor's discourse shifts sharply, the question is why. PA identifies 5 structural factors that typically force discursive repositioning. A clash within the actor's own hegemonic bloc, the pressure of another powerful actor imposing constraints, a rapidly growing opposition movement, a calculated change in structural relations, or a diminishment in the actor's own capacity that forces them to seek new alliances. In each case, the discursive shift is not a rhetorical accident. It is a response to a material condition. PA identifies which condition is operative. Consider a government that has consistently championed economic liberalization in its public discourse. Then, following a period of electoral pressure and rising public discontent, the same government begins using the language of social protection and state intervention. The discourse has changed. PA asks, what changed structurally? Was there a shift in the electoral coalition? Did the opposition gain ground? Was there international economic pressure? The discursive change only becomes fully intelligible when the structural trigger is identified. Not all changes are equal. DPA distinguishes 3 types. Mechanical changes are situational and superficial, a funeral, an inauguration, a specific audience. The actor returns to its original position without concession. Operative changes are tactical. Something in the environment forced a temporary adjustment, but the underlying objective remains. Episodic changes are structural and long-term. A military event, a system-level political shift, a major alliance change. The actor cannot return to its previous position. This classification tells the analyst how durable a discursive shift is likely to be. Once DA, DDA, and PA are complete, DPA moves to a projective discussion, an assessment of current and likely future trends. This is what distinguishes DPA from approaches that confine themselves to analyzing past political events. DPA aims to identify the structural dynamics currently in play, assess the actor's hegemonic capacity, and make grounded projections about where the discourse and the political action behind it is heading. It turns analysis into intelligence. Discourse analysis shows what a political actor does in a single text. Discourse dynamism analysis tracks how that changes over time. Political analysis connects those patterns to the structural conditions that produce them. Together, they form a framework that moves from language to politics, and back again. DPA does not treat discourse as a mirror of reality or as an autonomous force. It treats it as a strategic instrument, shaped by structure and deployed in the service of political objectives. That is what makes it different, and that is what makes it useful. If you want to learn more about DPA, you can download the full book for free. Thanks!